potted one of each with his first shot. So still an open table. Does need to nominate. So in terms of matchups between players, they don't come much bigger than this. Tom Cousins versus Josh Kane. Josh is another one of those excellent players who probably a little in the vein of Shane Thompson, maybe, that we know is very capable but had never really just got across the line and had that big win until very recently. Josh maybe arguably similar, was there and thereabouts. Did win the World Masters in 2017, but been a few years since. Tom, on the other hand, has won pretty much everything there is to win and is on some serious form. Played in a final just last weekend, in an excellent final, one of the best finals actually. Don't expect him to miss those very often. There's only so many times that I can take responsibility for commentator's curse. I'm not having it that time, it was just a bad shot. Lovely shot with piles of right hand side to get down onto that black, and it wins him the first frame. It's 1-0, taking full advantage of that Miss from Tom. Electing reds. Definitely not what he had planned, but it's all right. He has a ball, and he can run the cue ball back around to centre table. Got to say, Josh looks up for this. You see times where Josh turns up and he's, as ever, if you would be so kind to like and share the stream. If you're on Facebook, click the like button. And also on YouTube, no likeys. Not one. Nobody likey the stream today. Come on, press the button, guys. You like the stream. There we go. We've got somebody liking it. Thank you. It really does help us. Anytime you get the chance, and remember to like the stream, it really does. It promotes the stream. People see it. People get to know about it. People realise it's on. And especially when you've got games like this. And I mean, you can see the way the draw's starting to shape up for tomorrow. Josh McCartney in the background parading round with 2 paper cups, pretending that they're coffees. I can absolutely guarantee you that they're not. That's going to be a couple of double Jack Daniels and Coke going on there. The only reason he's got them in paper cups is because he's gone back to his room to get them, so he wouldn't have to pay bar prices. I jest, of course. Could well be coffee. It's just very unlikely. You can see Josh Coming back to the arena, just walking down the side, just popped out for a bathroom break. Back with the action.
Ryan Bosworth, top table. Ryan Bosworth, top table.
Well, you know that when Tom is going dry, the table is not breaking particularly generous. Bit of a frown on his face, a bit perplexed. Seemed to connect them well. Just really didn't come apart, did they? Didn't seem to. Big congregation at this end of the table. Not for long, Josh is going to send the cue ball into the pack, and he can do it again now. It's got the yellow to the middle. Can cannon into the gap between the two reds, promote the black and the other yellow. Pretty much guaranteed to be on a ball. Oh, actually, he's got this one through the gap. That's a bonus, because he can still play the shot that I mentioned a second ago. Didn't realise he could get through that gap. Probably just screwed it back an inch further than he wanted to be. A little bit closer to his work. But no drama. Needs a good cue ball. It's okay. Yellow to top right. Cue ball back. Pretty much across the line it's on now. Maybe just another 4 or 5 inches to the left will be perfect. He's come above it for the middle. Actually, that is a better shot. I like that. It takes any danger out of the equation, because the red nearest the left middle was looming large, so I like it. Check the cue ball up the table. Three 0. Wow. Look at that. Almost got kicked off. Kicked it off.
Table 3, Josh Corkett, Leo Fernandez. Josh Corkett, Leo Fernandez, table 3. Matt Barcock, top table. Matt Barcock, top table.
often happens when you're playing well. You get that little bit of rub of the green as well. When you're struggling, that goes in off. Gets kicked straight into the corner, and your opponent is faced with this table, but yeah, he deserves it. Neither set is particularly delightful, and you can see why he's taking his time. First instincts for me said red, but actually the red next to the black is a stinker, so that makes me hedge more towards yellows. And Josh agrees. You kind of need to weigh up not just where the balls are, the path around the balls, and how you can possibly get on or develop. So which is the toughest ball on the table? And I think it is that red, just to the left of the black. Josh deciding to leave the ball in bulk, and I think the reason for that is he wants it as a backup, so in case he falls out of position, in case he doesn't land on one of these yellows, he's got that ball as a saver. That previous shot could have gone wrong, not the one he just played, but the one before. If he quit on it in any way, and he would have had the ball in bulk as a kind of B plan. But now it looks all right, just about the weight of this, and that's perfect. Look at that, just off straight. Piles aside, may have just been straighter than I imagine it to be. He's absolutely loaded that one up. Thought he could stun across the face of the black, but obviously couldn't. So a little tougher now, because he has to play this with right side and find the gap. Beautifully done. There was a lot of traffic there. He judged that to absolute perfection, and this really is top pool. Look at this. How well has he judged this? That could have so gone wrong. Osama Maskini 2-1 up against Aaron Davis. Steve Smart leading Christy Caulfield 3-2. Brett Wild 5-2 up against Emma Cunningham. Scott Pope and Glenn Hannibal 4 frames each. And Scott Gillespie is now 6-0 up. And when it rains, it pours. As I said, You get the rub of the green when you're playing well sometimes, and other times when it's against you, you don't, and that typifies it right there. You can see just in the background Declan Brennan at the table. He's playing
Jasper Simmons, top table. Jasper Simmons, top table. Matt Barcock, top table.
against Jez Graham. The last time I looked, Jez was 2-0 up, but that was some time ago. 2 frames each now.
Next match on table 7, Callum Kendall, Jack Schofield. Callum Kendall, Jack Schofield, table 7. And the last match of the evening on table 9, Sam Boone, Spencer Daniels. Sam Boone, Spencer Daniels, table number 9.
I guess it was the last game, so I thought I'd bring it up. Take it back? Really? I've got no game.
So, suddenly, a dry break, and the first real opportunity for Tom to get his name on the board. Both players will be acutely aware that despite the fact Josh Kane is really very much in the driving seat, Tom Cousins is still a danger. You can never write him off. Josh will want to put this to bed as soon as he possibly can. As I mentioned, sometimes it's just not working. Now those 2 yellows have converged, but actually went to a dead set plant, so it was okay. Now got this problem. The yellow ball tied up at the top. Tried to flick the red across, not done it enough. Pretty sure that yellow doesn't pass. He may just have the far knuckle, but I don't think so. Might be one of those he can drop in. Well, it must. He's landed on it, so he obviously thinks that it does. Off the left jaw.
If any of the following players are in the room, some money waiting for you. Luke Cronin, John McAllister.
First frame on the board.
Matt Marcock.
Still trails by 4. Still a long way to go. Bit of a smile on Tom's face. He's like, what on earth? All the power just... There was no transfer of power through the pack at all. He hit it with all kinds of pace, but... I mean, look at it. How well has he played that? Just that one shot. So well controlled. And opens the frame.
Brundle top table, Mark
particularly
Brundle.
judge the cannon. I think he wanted a fuller contact on the red and black. And as you can see, he's left this much thinner than he was trying to. And I'm not even sure if he can kill the cue ball. He may be able to play it off the yellow, but difficult to control the yellow you're going into. As I say, it was just a cannon, a full ball cannon, and this is about as simple as it gets. The only thing I can think is if he can just play it with loads of side and just kill the cue ball bottom and side rail and come across and cannon into the red that's just to the right of the black. I don't think he can. I think it's too thin for that. Does look to be eyeing it up off the yellow. That's the kind of angle he's looking at. He just wants to. It's not only a difficult to make the yellow, and landing on the other one. I think this is fairly high tariff. Oh, what a shot. How well has he judged that? Just perfection in terms of control. Not just to work out the angle for the pot, but he has to work out the trajectory of the other two balls as well. That was sublime. Take another look at it. I mean, it looks so simple. And the simplicity almost makes it look like an easy shot. One of the last balls moving finds its way into the middle and into the top corner. Gotta say, it's a good chance, but Josh was absolutely flying. But now Tom's been at the table for those last two frames. He just sometimes it needs that just to slow down someone's momentum. It really shouldn't make any difference, but the fact that Josh has gone from a 5-frame lead to a 3-frame lead, that also sometimes can just play on your mind slightly. He needs to put that all behind him and just focus on the table and what's in front of him.
Ben Smith in the room. Ben Smith.
He's going to go reds. They're not a gimme. Two balls tied up. The one just above the right centre pocket is tougher. So I think he's played to screw straight back past the black to land on this side cushion again. Not sure he's got the angle to do that now. No, indeed. So he played to come across the table, but there was a lot of traffic and didn't get the contact he was trying to. Going for the double. He is, and made it. What a great shot. He's on it. He really is on it. Those two frames that Tom's fought back, you'd think would just play in Josh's mind, but no such thing. He really doesn't look like missing at the moment. Steely-eyed determination, looking down the cue. And this is as good as I've seen him play for a while. Just stepping away again for another bathroom break. I don't know. I mean, it's only been 3 or 4 frames since he went out. I mean, maybe it's a genuine bathroom break, but I don't know why you would kind of break your stride. He's playing so well at the moment. I wouldn't want to leave the table personally. I just want to get this frame under my belt. Matt Briley at the table, just over there on 14. Finishing that frame up is playing Jack Whelan. So scores around the room. Jez Graham, who you see at the table on 2, is currently 4-3 up against Declan Brennan. Matt Peel on 5 is 4-3 up against Jamie O'Donnell. Zach Shepherd 5-3 up against Martin Wood. Arthur Dad 6-2 against Daniel Bailey. Luke Gilbert's through against Jasper Simmons. John Rowe 3-2 up against John Egan. Sean Story's beaten Alack Baden 7 frames to 3. Jake Dillon Newlove on the hill 6-4 against Tom Price. Matt Briley is 5 frames to 3 up against Jack Whelan. Well, Jack's been there. He's been there before this weekend. But Matt's on some decent form. Consistent player, always there and thereabouts. Scott Gillespie is suddenly finding some form. He won 7-0 against Jamie Stokes. Glenn Hannibal's on the hill against Scott Pope 6-5 up. Brett Wild beat Emma Cunningham 7-2. Carl Morris 2-0 against Ian Davenport. Christy Colefield 5-4 against Steve Smart. Usama Maschini 4-2 against Aaron Davis. Chris Day 1-0 against Christian Disney. Josh Corkett 3-0 against Leo Fernandez. Sam Boone 3-0 against Spencer Davis. Jack Schofield 2-0 against Callum Kendall, and of course Josh Kane on the hill, fighting to get through into round 4, the last 32.
John Chapman's got a table. John Chapman.
Gave this a kitchen sink. So often you see balls potted into the middle at that kind of pace. Tough to know what he can do here. Can he get into this enough to screw the cue ball? He's just played it. Well, I can only assume that red must go long. When it does, you can see there's a gap. So, good chance for Josh Kane to put this one to bed. Missed one. Not left a lot. In fact, what has he left? Can he play cue ball into the red that he's closest to? Hit it half ball, send the cue ball up to the top, play the cannon basically. Didn't quite get into it enough. And now, you gotta say, the writing looks to be on the wall. That was a tough ask to make it and then land on the red as well. It's been a very good performance from Josh Kane. We knew he was more than capable of doing it. He's been helped a little bit by the fact that Tom hasn't broken well, and it's really not gone his way, but you can take nothing away from this performance from Josh Kane. It really has been fantastic, and he sweeps aside the informed player. And there you go, what a great result from Josh Kane. Fist pump, he really enjoyed that one. That is a good win. I'm going to go and catch a few words with Josh now, but that will be the conclusion of the action on the string for the day. We'll be back tomorrow morning. I think we probably get underway at 10. It's going to be the Jason Owen Open 10:30 start tomorrow morning, so set your alarms and get up and watch that one. Should be more fun. We'll be back with the action then. As I say, we'll see you over in the interview room in just a moment.
Just talk to me.
Joined by Josh after that. Josh, I mean, you never really want to be playing Tom in any event. He's one of the best, and an informed Tom even more so. But that really was a fantastic performance by you.
Yeah, to be honest, playing the best players brings out the best in my game. I've said that. Well, a lot of people have said that to me, and I know that myself. I've got more chance of losing to Joe Bloggs in the first round than I have to Tom, Phil, Mick, and I don't know why that is, but that's just how it is. I seem to produce my best when I need it the most, and I can't quite seem to produce it.
Sometimes it just focuses your mind, though, doesn't it? You know that you have to play at your best, so you go out. It just focuses the mind, and you give it more attention. But as I say, that really was sublime. That was as good as I've seen you play in a long time.
I don't think I made a mistake there. Yeah, it's probably near to as perfect as I can play. Obviously, Tom, I respect him massively. Someone I looked up to for years. I've played him before, and maybe I just had a little bit too much respect for him. So I've had that in the back of my mind. Just play the balls, just pretend it's nobody. It's easier said than done, but I think I can handle that really well. I'm not bothered about any big names, ever, to be honest.
Yeah. So, obviously, we've been in a long lockdown period and no real pool action around, but now we're really getting back into the meat of it. Are you finding you're starting to find some form of momentum now?
To be honest, this is the most I've enjoyed pool for about 4 or 5 years, to be honest. Before COVID, I wasn't enjoying pool for probably 2 to 3 years, but without sounding big-headed, I'm too good to give up the game. It's as simple as that. And it was just felt like a chore to me, but since I've been practicing really, really hard ever since lockdown finished, and it's showing in patches, but not quite. I've still not got that win under my belt, and obviously, results are good, but if I lose next round, beating Tom doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's about it all coming together over one weekend. I mean, 2017, obviously, you won the Masters, so it's been a few years since that big title.
I won a tour in 2019, but still, that's 2 years ago. Yeah. And I've said to myself lately, you're putting in all this practice, but you've not won anything still. So that has annoyed me a little bit. So that's kind of given me the determination to practice harder and practice with better players. Yeah. And it keeps you match sharp then, I suppose.
Yeah. And I've got to say, John, I mean, if you keep playing like that, mate, I mean, the winner's circle's not far away, is it? Really
Hopefully it continues, Nick, but you know yourself, you can't play like that all the time.
It was great to see, really was. Good fun watching it, mate, and best of luck for the rest of the event.
Cheers, Nick, appreciate it.
We'll be back with the action tomorrow morning. That's the conclusion of it for today. But 10:30 we start again tomorrow morning. We'll see you then.